A very long time ago, I was in a split grade class on the older side, and we had this kid on the younger side, and his name was Johnny. And Johnny was picked on in school a lot, so he wasn't very popular, and he was very, very quiet. Johnny is a very important character in this story. Another important character in the story is this really salty teacher who we will call Mrs. F. Mrs. F was the type of teacher that was really condescending, absolutely unafraid to make brittle comments, and especially toward other students. She had no problem openly humiliating you. So one day we were given an assignment to solve one math question per student. Then she would take our answers, photograph them, and project them to the class, and openly mark them in front of us. She went by last name, so I was going to be one of the first students she evaluated, which is very terrifying. She gets to me, and because I'm horrible at math, especially the one she was teaching us at the time, algebra, I'm embarrassed and I'm completely terrified as I watch her make these snide and salty comments about my messy handwriting and all of my mathematical errors. She's about to give me my failing grade on this little assignment when the unthinkable happens. Johnny starts to cough, and I mean, he's gagging. And flu season had just started around that time, so no one was really surprised. But then all of a sudden, Johnny, who I should also mention sits right in front of the teacher's desk, projectile vomits all over her desk. Exorcist style. And Mrs. F stops her little roast on me, turns to her desk, and is completely terrified as she sees this huge mess all over her desk. She's staring, the students are staring, everyone is staring, even Johnny is staring. All of a sudden, everybody, including Mrs. F, runs out of the classroom. So, to this day, I always think of it as a hilarious story, but in hindsight, Johnny totally saved my life from being roasted. So, oh man, Johnny, if you're out here listening to this story somewhere, thank you so much for saving my life that day.
So me and one of my friends, we were driving through the mountains to get home from our college campus and go back home and see our families. And we were going downhill in the mountains, so a lot of people were on their brakes. But this one person behind me was not paying attention. He was tailing me, and the person in front of me was on his brakes too. So I knew I was going to have to slow down, but I knew the car behind me wasn't going to notice, and I was scared he was going to hit me. So in my eyes, I thought, hey, if I wave my hand out the window and say, like, back up, he'll back up. I didn't have any ill intentions by it, but this made him really, really mad. So I was pretty frustrated too, because I felt unsafe by him being so close to me, and I let my emotions get the best of me. So I ended up taking an exit off of the highway a couple miles after that happened, and that whole time he was still tailing me, still following really close. So I took the exit, and without thinking, I flipped him off, thinking he won't be able to get to my exit on time and follow me. But he did. He actually cut over 3 lanes of traffic and over a median to follow us. It was so unbelievably dangerous, and I'd say in this whole entire situation, he probably almost hit 5 cars in this process. So I was scared when I saw that he was still following us. And I thought of the movies instantly, where when you're being chased, you just take a sudden turn and hopefully they won't react in time and you'll lose them. So that's exactly what I did. And he actually almost hit me when I did that. But he also took that turn, and I was terrified at this point. And I saw that this guy was digging through his glove box, might have had a weapon or something. So I thought we were in immediate danger. So we were in a lot of trouble, and I was doing whatever I could to get away from this guy. And so I was speeding through this neighborhood, hoping that no one would jump out in the street, because I would definitely hit them. I was so terrified, but we ended up making it out okay, because his car got stuck in a patch of snow, and I ended up hitting a trash can getting away from him, but everything worked out well. So moral of the story, don't let your emotions get the best of you when you're driving. Just stay safe and know that you're not invincible on the roads.
In 6th grade, I knew this girl. This girl and I, we weren't best friends, but we were kind of in the middle. So at the end of the year, she gives me this invitation to her birthday party. And of course, I'm excited. My mom, at the end of each year, she buys 17 new bathing suits, despite the fact that my ones from last year still fit me. So I go home and I say, "Hey, yo, Mom, I'm going to this party." And she presented me with this new bathing suit. It was a bikini, but the thing I need to say about it is that at the sides of it, there are these, ties. And if you untie them, the bathing suit falls apart. So I went to the party, and it was more than half guys. And I have no problem with that. Most of my best friends are guys. So, I'm having fun for most of the party. And everyone decides to go on the diving board. And I join in, because I like diving boards. So I get up there, and then I dive. When I go under, I realize my bathing suit just came off. But I tried to just pull it back on, but it wouldn't come back on. The bathing suit had completely come undone. So I awkwardly slid to my friend, and I was like, "Yo, my bathing suit just came undone." And she saw it, she's like, "Oh shoot." So she called all the girls over, and they all tried to help me. They covered me with a floaty and stood in front of me. My friend, she told all the guys to go in the opposite corner of the pool so they couldn't see anything. And of course, the girl's mom was not there, so her dad had to help me. He just threw a towel into the pool and helped me out of it. So I awkwardly walked into the shed to tie it back on me. Then my towel slipped out of my hand. It didn't completely come off, just showed a little bit. Oh, okay, I started yelling. Oh god. So I just walked in the shed and cried. I wasn't full on crying, just oh my god. I got it on and went back out and tried to enjoy myself for the rest of the party. I wanted just to go home. And in the end, I just said to my mom, "I want to burn this bathing suit." And that's what I did.